Al-Andalus has been reclaimed, and alongside that glory comes the reconquest of Iberia. Her armies march north, smashing the Iberians as well as the Franks, with her protectors in the east, the Ottoman Turks, assisting at every turn. While the Sultan pushes further and further into Christian lands, utterances of an Umayyad general echoes through the ranks. This video is part 2 of a series showcasing the upcoming Missions Expanded update scheduled for January 22nd. All the mods used are linked in the description, as well as my Patreon if you want early access to the videos. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this to come in the future. We will claim the title of Khalifa and a denouncement of sect practices, getting us, you guessed it, more legalism. And then let's head on over with our shock general and use our superior cavalry to track these guys down to Salamanca and stack and wiping. And now we just need to get these guys full occupied. Easy peasy. Cav flanking ability, as well as being ahead of time on Diplo, which is really good. It gives you 20% trade efficiency, so you make more money, which is really nice. We can also get our value cannon, and since we have force limit to spare, let's go ahead and get a value cannon. That is a lot of AE. I don't think we can manage that, but we can probably manage something slightly less. This is super reasonable because Castile won't be able to join, and everyone else is small except for France. And they probably wouldn't attack us because the Ottomans are beefy, and we can definitely build up to our force limit. So I'm not too stressed about that. That will allow us to start integrating these guys as well as getting this whole state, which is really nice. Meanwhile, I'll have them give me all of their money as well, because why not? And we'll go ahead and yoink that development and core it all up. Let's rival Castile. I'm also going to go ahead and tell Portugal that they suck and that we hate them. That will get our PP over 50. And if you didn't know, your PP being over 50 means you get +1 of each mana per month, which is really impactful. So definitely worth doing. We're not ahead of time on admin, but I am going to go ahead and buy my inflation down just to keep us below that 5% threshold. Once you're at 5%, you start getting negative events, and it's very annoying. Now collecting over 10 ducats a month in trade. Very nice. 5.9 ducats per month in gold. Safe to say our economy is in a good spot. Granada / Andalusia looking very good. We have restored Cordoba, giving it a bunch of bonuses here. Tax building will be upgraded, and local construction cost and time, as well as dev cost 20%, and more money for the rest of the game. So once colonialism spawns, safe to say we're going to dev it here for pretty affordable prices. Our rival France, they suck. I hate them. They're going to be the major guy. We're going to have to avenge Tours and all that anyway, so might as well do it. Let's go ahead and start the process of annexing these Johns. We can also yoink development from them. It will make them upset with us, but it doesn't matter. Once you've begun the process of annexing them, it doesn't matter as long as they stay positive. It's going to give us quite a bit more development in the capital, so I think I will click that button. Now, I said I wanted to develop the institution here. Probably not going to, but it's okay. We've got plenty of provinces that directly border us that we can definitely do it in. Let's go ahead and get our guys up to level 2 at least, because this guy's cheaper. That is going to give us this mission here, which will give us some mana as well as some bonuses. We'll get 10% production efficiency, 5% trade efficiency, as well as army tradition, which is very nice. For this Masters of Morocco mission, we need to conquer quite a bit of land down there. Now, I was taking a look at it, and I think we definitely can make it happen. Tunis won't even defend them. So I say we go ahead and we head on over to Tangiers and make this work. Now, we've got forts. I'm not worried about the forts. We have cannons. They also don't have any manpower, so I think this war should be pretty much a done deal already. Autonomy change, but more importantly, fire damage received, which is going to be incredibly useful, especially once artillery starts really filtering into the back lines. These guys do have 6,000 artillery. It's not nothing. Using their boats to ferry their artillery across the straits. Probably not their smartest decision, but we'll make it work. Kind of a weird thing to do. Once we win their capital siege, we'll be able to go around and start wiping out their armies here. Oh, our powerful general has become a claimant, huh? Hurts our legitimacy and our manpower. Okay. By the way, number 5 great power now, and that is pretty good. Now we're like half of the number 4 great power. But last time I looked, we weren't even a great power, so clearly moving on up in the world. We could pop our golden era. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and do it. It's going to give us some morale, and the war tax is going to be useful. Not like we really need it, but saving a little bit of money is never a bad thing. Day of Reckoning. We will lose some manpower and gain a massive stack of pretenders, or we just allow him to take over, and he will be a 544 at the age of 20. Country name will change to Cordoba, huh? I think we allow the Umayyads to return, right? That is totally fine with me. Mustafa Umayyad. The Umayyads have returned. Very good. All right. I like that. We now have stable leadership, giving us manpower modifier and all estates loyalty for 25 years, and a historian giving us legitimacy and splendor. Okay, cool. We also can Dar Jihad, giving us some mill mana, which is always nice. In the future of the Andalusian military, Muslim military branch or the Western military branch. Well, I think I know which one I want to go, because if we finish this, we may change to Western unit types using the above event. So clearly that's going to be the choice for us. Western pips are just super good in the late game. So let's go ahead and make our choice. We can invite scholars, giving us some admin advisor costs for the rest of the game and doubles the modifier of our Muslim scholar, which is nice. That gives us admin tech discount. So 302 mana to take tech, which is pretty good, especially as we stack up our piety. If we go innovative for our second idea, we'll be able to get 25% production efficiency. I think that's probably the right call because we're already focused on admin. And we can get quite a bit more mana because we can upgrade this guy and he'll be very cheap. So we definitely want to see if we can lean into that. So we're going to be saving our admin mana. Obviously, we're going to have to core all this stuff, but you know, that's a thing that we'll handle when the time comes. The forced contribution, giving us enforcing support in times of need, plus some admin mana, which is always nice. So until the end of this age, we can get some bonuses to manpower, tax, some prestige, interest per annum. I think I'll just take the prestige. That's fine. The admin mana will allow us to take tech here. We're ahead of time, and we are going to go with innovative because I also have some bonuses to innovative. Now, it's mostly vanilla because I think the vanilla version is good, but you can see here, upon reaching 100 innovativeness, a new trigger modifier will be available, which is going to be pretty strong. It's basically a little buff to innovative. So you can see here, forward thinking society, we'll get an additional 10% dev cost, as well as global prosperity growth, as long as we have innovativeness of at least 100. So that is going to be very useful in the long run. Let's go ahead and wipe out his army here. And just like that, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Concentrate development, giving us an extra 4 development, which is really nice. We are now the master of Morocco, giving us tons of permanent claims, and we will gain Moroccan as an accepted culture, which is really nice. We will gain 10% stab cost for the rest of the game and 10 PP, which is nice. It didn't accept Moroccan culture because I didn't have enough, I assume. Not sure about that one. That's weird. Regardless, shock damage and leader cost. So safe to say we are making pretty good gains in that department. France and Portugal are still in my coalition, so I cannot attack Portugal for the time being, but eventually we will. We may actually be able to attack Castile and separate peace out Portugal. That's probably going to be the move. Yusuf, the 043, probably not. I don't think we're going to have that. Mohammed, much better. 435. I will have that. I can rival England, Poland, Tunis, or Venice. I guess England is the one that makes the most sense, though none of them really do, if I'm being honest. Integration is a slow process, and we now have Catalonia joined up in the empire. Let's go ahead and boost up that production there. We also finish Rise of the Mozarabs, which Mozarabic culture, which will gradually convert provinces in the Iberian culture that are not Andalusian, and then they may actually convert to Andalusian after a while. So I think Mozarabic is kind of like a mix of an Arab / Iberian culture, if I had to guess. But either way, some admin mana is always appreciated because it helps us core this up, so then we can get onto our idea group. A commercial undertaking, which means our 3 most developed provinces that fulfill the requirements of having a workshop will get 2 base production, which is pretty good. And it will upgrade the production building, so that is absolutely awesome. Now we can start working through innovative, and I want to make sure that I take that before I take any more techs. I took the Diplo tech, but it's just because I want to be ahead on technology. It's just really, really powerful, so that's why we did that. And we are now netting 28 ducats per month, which is absolutely wild. Obviously, we build the workshops because workshops are what scale with production, so you get the most bang for buck, so to speak. We have a force limit of 54,000 men, so I say we build up to that. No reason not to. And we can afford artillery, so we might as well get some of them. Ottomans and the Mams are actually having a decent go at it, though it looks like the Ottomans are definitely winning. I don't know why they didn't call me in. They attacked them, but they didn't call me in. Also, how have the Ottomans not taken land from Venice over here? I have no idea, but all is well with that. I'm actually going to go ahead and use my favors to boost our trust with them to make sure that they, don't turn their back on us, because AI has a tendency to do that, and it's very irritating. Cavalry shock plus 0.5, as well as a mere loyalty and a siege pip guaranteed. And then once we finish this, we'll get 25% production efficiency, hence why you build those buildings as well. And we also have great project upgrade cost, 25%, which gives us also tolerance of heathens, which is really good. And then we'll get the coveted 10% technology cost, which is a really nice thing. It's kind of what makes innovative like the best idea group in admin, in my opinion. We also have the capital of Judaism, which will enable the Sephardic Jews events, allowing us to get those kinds of people in our provinces for a modifier and extra development. Very nice. And some admin mana because, you know, why not? We can bring them into one province and we get to basically choose what it is. Obviously, we don't really want it to be our capital, but it's going to be one of our provinces with a decent amount of dev. I vote we do it to this Iberia. That will allow us to dev this province for even cheaper, which is going to be really, really nice. But it's also going to gain the dev. Okay, well, this is fine. We can probably dev colonialism here. I don't think it should be much of an issue. So we've converted a lot of stuff over to Sunni, but we have one Jewish province and we can't convert it because they get the modifier here, which gives them quite a bit of a missionary strength resistance. So that's all fine and dandy. Also, it looks like the Reformation has spawned up here in Dortmund. Very cool. And we have another center of Reformation over in Switzerland. So looks like the Reformation is underway. Here we go. Scientific revolution, a little bit of tech discount, which is really nice. 141 mana to take an admin tech, which is, yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? 140 mana is wild. And dig this, since our tolerance of heathens is positive, we actually don't get any unrest anymore from having them, which is really cool. We can still convert them, but we don't have to. I'm still going to, but yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, our Truce with Castile ran out, and I didn't declare war on them in time, so they joined our coalition. So we've got this nice little block stopping us over here. It's okay. We can push south, and I'm not too stressed about that. We do have a truce with these guys, but yeah, we're just kind of hanging out here. Though I guess I can call these guys in. That would allow us to separate peace out Castile. So let's go ahead and do that then, because then we can just annex them anyways, you know, get a little bit more land for us. Meanwhile, I've been building up the navy, so all is well on that front. I'm just going to sit on their capital and white peace them. That's all I want from them. And I will not break their alliance with Portugal because that will allow us to attack them and then call Portugal in. So in 5 years' time, we can attack them very easily and separate peace Portugal out to pull them out of this and also break off their alliance with anybody like England that we don't want to have to deal with on a later date. What's going on over here? Timurids have actually migrated up north and they own none of their land over here. So that's a thing. They lost all of their land, all of their subjects, and they migrated up into Transoxiana and like Uzbek. Very cool. I like that. The Ottomans have gone to war with Albania, who is allied to France for some reason. So they called us into a war against France, who's got 77,000 men. Probably not the best decision, but I guess we joined because we are a good little ally like that, and we've got drilled armies, so I think we're okay for now. Ooh, that is a lot of men on my border, and they are making crazy fast siege progress. They must have barraged the wall or something. That's crazy, man. Yeah, they're making really good progress here. I don't know about this one. Well, we're going to have to go in. Combat width is 24, so let's play this a little bit smart. We're going to send in our cavalry first, and then we'll reinforce with the infantry. So let's go ahead and have these guys head in with Mustafa. He's got 5 shock, which is really good. Definitely outshocks them. They are going to reinforce. Oh, just kidding. They're not going to reinforce. So we just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Battle of Roussillon. Safe to say we won. I think that was the cavalry winning the day for us there. My gosh. Yeah. Look at the shock damage that our cav does. And then when you get a good shock general in on that, that's definitely going to result in some, a lot of emotional damage. Let's go ahead and attack them over here, see if we can kind of reproduce our luck. And just like that, the French have lost another 13,000 men. A total of 38,000 men just died in the last like 2 weeks. France. Ooh, dang, that hurts. I am hurting for them. That's crazy. Tunis, you son of a biscuit. And now that we have at least 10 artillery here, we get the bonus plus blockading it. We get another +2. So things are looking pretty good on the French front. Though we don't really benefit from being in this war, so it's not really that big of a deal. The sooner we get out of it, the better, honestly. As soon as they lose their capital, I should be able to force them to be a vassal here. These guys attacked me. Very foolish. I have lots of galleys, and they do not. So I think we win that one. Safe to say we win. We actually stole 2 transports. They lost 18 light ships. So yeah, not the smartest thing you've ever done. Institution embracement and spread plus idea cost and monthly piety. I don't really like the negative monthly piety, but that's okay. Either way, we'll make it work. These guys will be my vassal. Now, sadly, that will put us in a defensive war against Tunis if I do this peace deal. Now, I could do it. I'm not necessarily opposed to doing it. It will take us away from one of our friends, but it would allow us to also isolate them so we can start taking this land for ourselves because they'll break their alliance with the Ottomans if I call them in. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and vassalize these guys, which will allow us to call in the Ottomans against Tunis. So that's fine with me. We've also conquered the Baleares, which will allow us to lose some separatism there. That's fine. They are my subject after all. And we will also get some sailors and some permanent claims. So fine by me. Let's go ahead and blockade these guys so they don't attack me. I can separate peace this war against France, and I'm going to. I genuinely don't care about this war at all. And we'll get as many boys over here as possible. Culture and provinces will become Berber, huh? In the Balearic Islands. Oh, okay. So each province will gain some bonuses then. Gain some dev? That does not look correct. I think that's if I own them directly, I assume. Let's head on over here and kill their army off with Mustafa Umayyad in charge, the legendary king general. That was their whole army, so we can just head on over to Tunis. Colonialism has spawned, so we're going to dev that up, no problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and go with the yearly inflation guy because I have a trade efficiency guy. We can upgrade him, that's fine. Money is not an object for us at this point, so we can start also working on some of these guys if we have trade goods that are worth investing into. Like, I guess these ones are fine. That's going to increase the amount of money that we're going to make here, which will allow us to just snowball more. Colonialism spawned in Portugal. It will spread very quickly for them, but I don't think I will be able to get it at all because they are our rival, and I think that it basically just says that we won't get it at all. So we're going to have to develop it quite a bit over here. This is super fine. It's super affordable. We are done with our idea group for mill, and we're not that far behind on tech. So I think it's probably in my best interest to just dev it up right now. We have the development cost edict on there, and it's going to be expensive, but we will get it, and that will allow us to embrace that very quickly, which is going to be really nice for that. It'll save us some mana on tech as well. So, you know, you win a little bit. 3 most developed provinces in Iberia will be able to get the silk trade good, vendor of silk decision. So we can change the trade good of Ispila, Cadiz, and Granada to silk. And I think I will definitely do that because silk is a very expensive trade good. That should boost our income quite a bit in the long term. We now have the institution, and it will spread very, very quickly, especially if we can get this one here. And you can see we're gaining 7 per month, so we'll be able to embrace it very quickly. We also have call for pizza, so let's go ahead and piece these guys out, and we will core everything up over here as well. And we'll just park this army over here for a bit because, yeah, clearly we're going to be having some rebels over here. And I forgot to unpause my recording. So we attacked Morocco, who called in Tunis. We white peace Tunis, and then we attacked Portugal because Castile joined, and that allowed us to white peace them. They are guaranteed by France, which is not fun. That is a new thing. But either way, we are going to annex everything that we can from these guys because our AE is very much reasonable. The only person in our coalition is France, Castile, and Portugal. And then Morocco is currently in the process of getting dominated. But we do have some rebels over here that need handled. We'll see how things go exactly with this. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. We can do that. That's totally fine. I will go ahead and do that. We will lose 13 development. I don't think that's necessary. I think we'll just core it all up. We have reconquered Algarve, which will give us some stuff over here. We get some caravels and some more permanent claims, of course, because why wouldn't we? Praise Allah indeed. More flavor, please. The Sultan is dead. Long live the Sultan. 19-year-old 435 Muhammad with Saad, I assume. The 622, his heir. That'll do. I'll allow it. We will go overextended if we take this piece. So I think I'm just going to wait until these cores finish up. That is not a problem at all. Those were super fast. And now we will take all of this, which is a crazy peace deal. Look at the name of Cordoba. You can see it almost from space. You can see it from space, I think. And we'll slowly core this all up as we are able to. And we will also finish up another mission or two to subjugate Sus, which is very sus if you ask me. And that will give us some army tradition stuff, which is good. Years of separatism. Berbers are loyal, so that is going to be pretty useful. And then Tlemcen will give us Berber loyalty equilibrium and the Barbary Coast event, which will allow us to change the cultures or gain Algerian as an accepted culture. Let's just convert them. That's fine with me. And I think it's safe to say we are going to go espionage for our next idea group. So let's go ahead and do this. That'll allow us to save some mana. We still have quite a bit of time left on our golden era, so should be able to very much take advantage of all of that. So let's just go ahead and wait until we are up to time, and we'll save our mana in the meantime. No big deal. I was too slow, bro. Man, I was off by like 2 days. Feels bad. It's fine. We'll just have to sit here and wait. Well, I guess we could attack them because the only person who would call in would be Tunis, who I don't care about Tunis, though the Ottomans won't join because it's a distant war. Well, we'll see about that one. Well, I'll be damned. It's only because we've embraced the institution, but we are the #1 great power in the world, only behind the Ottomans in actual development. So, yeah, #2 great power, and it's less than 100 years in, so that's pretty solid. I will definitely take that. Here we go. We get 1 free policy, which is actually vanilla, 25% advisor cost, and if we come over here, we get 25% production efficiency, which is going to boost our income up quite a bit, almost 50 ducats a month. Absolutely wild. And Radical Reforms, a very nice event. Now, I want to keep both these guys, so you just fire them both, and you get 400 mana for free, and then you just rehire them. So basically, you pay money to get mana, which is really good. I'm actually going to get these guys upgraded as well. We are making so much money. There is literally zero reason for us to be running low-level guys. And the ideologies of Ibn Arabi, which gives us the works of Andalusian scholars and some government reform progress, which is very nice. Gain some admin mana and admin possible policies, Diplo possible policies, and Diplo. So which one do we care about the most? I don't really think any of them matter to me a whole lot, but I guess I'll go with the mill possible policies. And look at that. Ottomans trust Cordoba utterly. They are now going to be my war slave, and I will use them to defeat my enemies. I'll stay with the general estates. Calling a diet no longer increases influence. That's nice, but the reform progress and estate loyalty is going to be really useful for getting these numbers up as high as possible. We need to start getting our crown land up as high as possible, as quickly as possible. Force limit is a whopping 83, so we should probably do that, huh? We're going to go ahead and go down that espionage route, which is going to give us a couple of good things. You don't get the aggressive expansion reduction from it anymore, but we do get things like harsh treatment costs, which is really good. Favor growth, which is also very useful. Siege ability, which is super good. Advisor costs. So espionage is much more well-rounded this time around. 15% CCR and 15% manpower. Very useful. Adopting modern muskets until the end of the Age of Reformation, 15% land fire damage. Remember, from our ideas, we have 15% fire damage received, so that's a swing of 30%, which is really good. And a discounted commandant. Absolutely. France has a lot of men. Castile and Portugal do not. I think we could probably beat them back if we wanted to. We could attack them still for the fight the Crusaders. France would join and Portugal would join. It says that they would beat us out. They would outnumber us. I think we could probably make it happen. The Ottomans don't want to join because it's a distant war, and they're not going to join. So there's nothing I can do about it. So we'll see. I think it's worth it, but we're going to have to get our armies in position first for sure. All right, no time like the present. Fight the Crusaders, and here we go. We can hopefully head on in and just wipe out both of their armies immediately. That is really nice. They have an army, so let's see if we can track them down. They don't have an army around here, so let's just, get everybody carpet sieged over here for now. And then these guys can head on into France land. Very quick siege over here. So let's just keep a couple of armies over here to distract the French, because they're probably going to come for us. The French are also in a war against Austria, which is not good for them. Austria is the emperor, right? No, they're not. Bavaria is the emperor. Okay. So yeah, France is actually getting beat up pretty good in this war. They have a decent fort line, but we've cracked them in the south, so we could actually march on to Paris right now if we wanted to. I'm not sure if I really want anything from them in this war. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to march on to Paris and siege them down and piece them out. Take what I can, but yeah, we don't really need anything from them in this war. Portugal, however, I would like to peace out, but let's see here. They have an alliance in Great Britain. So Portugal, I think I'm going to separate peace and just have them break off their alliance with Great Britain. That should allow us to attack them and full annex them in the next war, though we'll see about that. We'll try that for now. I think this might be the beginning of the end for France. They're not feeling good. I don't really need a whole lot, though it would probably be smart of us to release like a Toulouse or maybe a Gascony. Both Gascony and Toulouse would be great subjects to have. So let's go ahead and just take like 2 provinces here. This we release Toulouse, and this we release Gascony. 2 provinces, super easy, nice short truce, or at least, short enough. And as far as these guys go, we'll take everything that we have claims on, and then we'll just kind of isolate them, force them up into Asturias, which is a fitting place to put them if you guys know anything about Iberian history. And here we go, another one, a little bit more governing capacity, some more claims, and a little bit more mana, which I will always say yes please to. Again, another event and some domestic trade power. Defeat France mission, huh? So we've got a branching mission here. Defeat France or seek friendly relations. Of course we defeat them. That is not even a question for me. We also now have a colonist, so let's go ahead and just pick up native coexistence, and maybe eventually we can do some colonization. Maybe. And as I said, I will release Toulouse and a Gascony. They will each get 1 province. and they have lots of cores to be taking for each of them, and they will be good little vassals for me. Oh yes, we shall build the textile manufactory. It's going to be extremely lucrative for us, especially on the silk provinces. Austria won't defend these guys, so I think it's about time we got our way over here. Of course, I really do want to take this monument, the Malta Forts, which will give us 15% war score cost versus other religions when we get it upgraded. So safe to say it's the move for us. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to attack these guys, and I will probably just take the entirety of this. Maybe I release a Sicily, but probably not. We already have 2 subjects to reconquest for. We don't even need to call in our allies. Let's just get our boys over there. I will take all of your money, Savoy, and you will go on and get. And obviously, we will kick them out of my subjects' lands here. And that is an easy clap for us. Meanwhile, we have landed in the south, and it is time to get down to business over here. Let's head on over to Naples and start sieging these guys down. Oh, what a good time for some religious wars, huh? Finishing up our idea group gives us 10% fort defense, fort maintenance on border with rival, which is super overpowered, 10% goods produced, and we also get a 15% CCA and Cav infantry ratio. And we do also have a free policy for admin because of innovative ideas. So let's go ahead and pick up this extra diplomat and spy network construction, which is really useful. 1530, by the way, level 5 advisors across the board, and we're hardly spending any money on them, which is pretty nuts. I'm also going to switch over to a Diplo focus. He's real young. Diplo is really good because it allows you to develop your provinces and get a bit more production, which is just super, super useful. So though it definitely looks like aggressive expansion is going to be our limiting factor here, taking all of this would be ideal, but the aggressive expansion is just entirely too much. So I say we're going to have to cut it back just a little bit, but at the very least, I require this fort in Malta. The AE for just that is really high. What the heck, bro? Must be a crazy amount of development over here. 18 for both of them? My goodness. Yeah, I guess that would explain the AE. But yeah, this is super reasonable, and the 15% war score cost versus other religions is going to be really good. I think I will actually release Sicily. That would allow us to reconquest for them. So let's go ahead and do that. That will allow us to just take that and a nice short truce with them. Pretty soon we'll attack France and reconquest for my subjects over here. So that's a good move, I think. War reps is fine with me. A little bit longer of a truce. We can go ahead and release Sicily. Liberation here would give us 50% cost for core return, so I will happily do that. That will also allow us to kind of dismantle them. So I'm going to get my armies in position because we're definitely going to need them. France is still a beefy boy, and I doubt that the Ottomans are going to help with that. So probably going to be on our own. Totally not an issue for me, though. Ottomans actually will join, so that's fine. Venice won't join, and Scotland and Brittany will join. I don't care about either of them. So I guess we just go with liberation, and that is going to be an easy one for us. 2.5 spy network every month, which is just absolutely wild. Mathematics giving us the polymath advisor, giving us tech discounts and institution spread. Very nice. France thinks they're slick bringing a bunch of men down here, but little do they know that I have superior army quality, and they are going to get clobbered if they continue this. Once I take this fort here, these guys should all be stuck down here, which is pretty nice because that means I can just put the squeeze on them, occupy my land back, and we should be good. I'm pretty sure that this army is just stuck here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing they can do. So with that, we are going to now carpet siege these guys down up here. And as far as I know, this 64 stack is just going to sit here and take that attrition and lose a ton of manpower. And it's it. We win, right? We win now. At least I think that's how it works, because that's the majority of their entire army, though they do have the Liège army. So we do need to be kind of mindful. Yeah, there's a couple thousand men over here, but this is really not something I'm too fussed about. They're probably going to try to break them out down here, but it doesn't matter to me. Even better yet, they're going to stand them over here by my boys and let me attack them. Yep, every month their manpower is just going down, 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 and they're gaining nothing by them. They're not spending the manpower in battle. They're spending it on attrition, 3% per month, which is pretty good numbers. Let's go ahead and get started on upgrading Alhambra. That 5% admin efficiency is going to be incredibly useful. And as a matter of fact, I have so much manpower coming in, I'm going to just pay to upgrade it. Doesn't matter to me. So you can see here, they've lost 53,000 men just to attrition. Has nothing to do at all with anything other than attrition. These guys are just standing there rotting away. And we are definitely going to be able to return all of my subjects' cores and then some. That's going to be really good. Yikes, that's a crazy amount of AE, so it doesn't look like we're going to take that, or maybe we will. I really don't know. That's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one, though. We'll be able to split them up, and hard to say. There's a lot of AE, though. I don't know, guys. What do you think? AE just a number? I'm leaning towards it, honestly. Finishing Alhambra will make it a bit easier on us. It'll cost a little bit less AE. A lot of these guys actually don't really matter to me. I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence. We have Alhambra Citadel giving us Splendor and Prestige, which will overflow into each monarch. So we actually get 75 mana as well, which is going to be nice. And then Stab Cost, Yearly Prestige, and Legitimacy. The rest of the game, pretty good. We do have a call for peace, but obviously I'm not too fussed about that, because we are going to be able to dominate these guys and piece them out for whatever we want. The Scots are trying to relieve Paris. I don't think so, good sir. That is a absolute clapping for you guys. They are up to 77,000 manpower in losses. And at this point, that is their whole army, and they don't have manpower to recoup it. So we need to try to see if we can release some nice big nations up here. Like, you can do quite a bit with the Liberation Casus Belli. It's really, really strong. And it allows you to essentially cut a bunch of nations in half. And like, just this alone, France is going to have a really hard time coming back from that, because their allies will find a way to make friends. And we will continue and go on to the finale in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed if you aren't already. And if you want early access to videos like this, check out the Patreon, join the Discord, subreddit, Twitter. Those things are all linked in the description below each of my videos. And check out Chewbert, my second channel, if you're interested in some more EU4 content every single week. But yeah, that's all I got for you for this one, guys. Stay tuned. And until next time, stay chill.